Welcome back to the reality, guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, and we're back to talk Below Deck. This is the season 11 premiere. Make sure you're liked and subscribed here and on TikTok. We have a lot of Below Deck coverage on both channels. Also, a lot of Bravo coverage, including Vanderpump Rules, which is back. Episode 2 review will be up on the site tonight. That premiere review is on the website as well, including all of last season, all of Scandival. We cover Southern Charm, Winter House, basically anything Bravo related. We're covering it for you. All right, guys. So season 11, this is Captain Kerry's debut on the mainstay Below Deck series. We did finally say goodbye to Captain Lee last season. I'm curious to see this energy right off the bat. Captain Kerry is probably one of the only people who I really feel confident in their role. You see him running around. I really like an active captain. No disrespect to Captain Lee, but just even kind of like Captain Sandy spends a lot of time kind of up in the bridge and not really getting their hands dirty. And I kind of like that leadership style a little bit more than the gotcha leadership style. Speaking of leadership, there's going to be a lot of problems on this boat this season. It seems like everybody maybe isn't in the role they want to be in or in the role that they should be in, or maybe shouldn't even just be on a boat at all. And frankly, I'm sorry to say, but number one power rankings of people we need to watch out for, I think, is Jared the Bosun. Jared the Bosun doesn't know how to call out distances in meters, even though 90% of yachting is done outside of the US. He misread or misheard the instructions for the chain score. Now, some people will say that Ben didn't tell him. Don't really think that's Ben's job. Ben will get to, though. If anyone watched my reviews last year, not a huge fan of Ben. And we got to hear an update about Ben and Camille, which I know a lot of people were looking for if maybe they don't look out for the news online outside of watching the show proper. Uh, Ben and everyone on board, not super confident in him so far, but we'll see what we go or where this goes, excuse me, from there. We have Frasier back. Frasier back leads to Frasier historically last season had a hell of a time keeping his crew from fighting and hating each other. It was a big stuff going on with Alyssa, Camille. It really was the entire season. He was maybe a little bit of a pushover, so he's going to maybe try to establish a little bit of seniority. Obviously, Frasier's got a little bit of that touch of Bravo fame now. We've seen him all over the world a little bit, and let's see if he's able to take that experience and improve upon it. So far, okay. I'm really interested to see where the stews go, though, because it looks like we have a feud already brewing. We had Barbie, who talks about kind of being around the world and has had good service. Her family does well, so she knows what good service is like and that she's able to give it. Already kind of critical of Cat, excuse me. Cat, I don't know yet if it's unfair to say Cat is too slow, but Cat definitely may be too sensitive for this type of thing. It is day 2, first day of charter, and she was already crying because the radio was going off too much. Rubs Barbie the wrong way because Barbie wants her to hustle. Frasier goes and compliments her and makes her feel okay. But when he's walking up talking to himself, they said there's no way she's going to last. Another person who I think needs to be on a little bit of alert, but probably is a little bit more redeemable is Chef Anthony, French Anthony. Not used to working by himself, not used to having to clean and cook and do the provisions. He's used to working in a restaurant, it sounds like. And we see that he does a great lunch, but doesn't really get it cleaned up in between lunch and dinner. And then really just drops the ball on dinner. Has a beef carpaccio course that then takes an hour and 20 minutes to get to the second course where the primaries are all already talking about being waiting too long and are super drunk and obviously don't want to wait. It's like almost 11 o'clock and they still haven't even got to the third course. And there's a dessert. We know Captain Kerry's not going to like that. We know everyone that is going to be a big point of contention. We all know that on the show, if the chef can't get things right, these charters just go to hell really, really quickly. So far, the charter guests seem fine to me. There wasn't a huge meeting about them and kind of pointing out all their stuff like there normally is, unless I missed it. But I didn't feel like they put as much emphasis on who these people were, which was a little bit interesting to me. Um, Want to know your guys' thoughts as far as who you think power ranking wise is in the worst position. Do you think it's Cat? Do you think it is Jared? Do you think it's Anthony? Do you think it's someone else? Is it going to be Frasier? Is it going to be Ben? Because Ben, we got an update from. Obviously, everyone knows his relationship he had with Camille last year. They did go to the Dominican Republic for a week after the season. Apparently, she cheated on him at some point. Huh, big surprise. And so he's back. He says he wants to be single, but as we see in the trailer, he definitely starts getting involved with maybe more than one person on the boat because he's a big dope. And so kind of looking forward to the drama here. Uh, yeah, I mean, really overall, that's kind of where we stand. We get to meet everybody. We're back on the St. David's. We're in Granada. Going to be really cool setting. It just doesn't right now seem. It seems like everyone's maybe having that first charter hiccups, but I don't know where the chemistry is going to come from. It doesn't seem great just off of my initial read, but I want to get your opinions as well. I'm going to be back. I'm going to review every episode here. I'm going to do shorter reviews on TikTok as well and do clips throughout the week. Like I said, make sure you check out all the reviews we're doing. We have a ton of stuff here on the channel and on the TikTok. They're both growing. Really appreciate that and going to continue going. But for myself, Brian, everyone here at The Reality Guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace.